Hey masters, welcome back to Young Media. Today I want to create a video for you masters about the integration between Playwright and Cucumber. My idea masters is to start a very simple project with a very simple scenario. This is going to be a public repository that you can access just looking for this URL. Joan Esquivel Playwright Cucumber Starter. If I have more videos in the future, you're gonna be able to check this release 1.0 kickoff project. So you just have to download it and follow the video if you want to, because my idea is to create more videos future with more complex, right? But this is a simple one. We're gonna start from scratch, configuring everything and then letting you know how. So let's start, let's do it. All right, masters, let's start taking a look about the prerequisites. I need to have Node.js in my computer for sure. Either way, if you're using Windows or Mac OS, you need Node.js for sure. Then you need a code editor or an IDE. You can use Visual Studio Code. I think this is the recommended one, but in my case, I'll start to use Cursor for this small video. All right, you can use WebStorm, IntelliJ IDEA, Vim, or whatever you want, right? Then the recommendation is to install a couple of extensions, Cucumber and Playwright. If you're using Cursor, if you're wondering how to do it, you go here to Cursor, settings and extensions, and you look for Cucumber in first time and install it. And then for Playwright, and you're gonna be able to find it. So you have to install both. To be honest, the second one, this one is more for VS Code, and I'll probably change to VS Code to make some tests in the future, but for now I'll keep using it. All right, then masters, as you can see, I just have everything in the prerequisites and I can continue with the setup of the project. First of all, you just have to create a folder, all right, and then run the command npm init -f. You do that in the terminal. You just have to come here, clear it, stop this process, and run this command in npm init -f. Okay, that basically it's to create a Node.js project, and it is gonna generate for you a package to JSON with the name, with the version, description, scripts, and basically the baseline for your project. Okay, then masters, I install some dependencies. The first one was Playwright with this command, then Cucumber, and then tsconfig. Here in the package.json, I have every single dependency that I need. Okay, and then everything is working fine. All right, masters, then I needed to delete some folder and files. To be honest, I need to modify this line, but I deleted the playwright.config.ts. I don't need it at this point, and I don't need the tests that are automatically generated by Playwright or the test examples. I deleted everything from these files. All right, and I just keep the rest. Then masters, as you can see, I created a src folder, the source folder, and under that I have the tests folder. Okay, I created a couple of folders under that, the features folder and the step definition, and basically I created a login.feature file and a login.ts to create the step definitions. We're gonna cover that in a few seconds, but this is basically the structure that I try to create from. Right? Okay, masters, we need some configuration files, some essential configuration files that I'm gonna show you what are those. Basically, the first one is the tsconfig.json. This is the configuration to let the TypeScript compiler what is going on. And as you can see, I am setting some compiler options here. I'm including everything that is under the source, all right? And I'm excluding node module. That's what is going on there. It is in the root directory of the framework. Then masters, I created a config folder, as you can see over here, and I have a cucumber.js file, okay? Basically, it has a module that exports, and here I declare some default configurations for my framework. First of all, the path. This is the path where you're gonna find the features, okay? Then I set the dry run to false. And in the format part here, I'm specifying some config. First of all, that I wanna see a progress bar when I execute it in the CLI, all right? And then I want a JSON report and an HTML report that it has natively, all right? Also, masters, it's important to define the format options, and essentially this one, the snippet interface async await. The reason of this is because this is the way of how Playwright works, right? So it's important to have it. Then you have a required configuration. Basically, this is the step definitions path where my TS files are gonna be located. I mean the source, tests, step definitions, and as you can see, here we have a login.ts file, but we can have more. And the last one is a required module masters, and this is important. You need to set this value, get everything. All right. Also masters, if you're using Visual Studio Code or Cursor, you can come here to Cursor and come to settings, VS Code settings, and look for the extension, right? Under the extensions part, you look for Cucumber and try to edit this in the settings.json. Okay, under this configuration, under this file settings.json, you're gonna need to configure a couple of things. First of all, the cucumber.feature, you're gonna need to let the compiler know where your features are, and then you're gonna have a cucumber.glue configuration that you need to do as well to declare the step definitions path. Why we need to do this? Because if you go to your features, right, and you press command or control, you're gonna be able to navigate directly to the step definition, and this is only accomplishable with this configuration. All right, so masters, the last one that I want to show you, it's a simple one but an important one, which is the package.json. I created a script here, the cucumber script. You're gonna need to declare the cucumber.js command. This is gonna execute your cucumber framework, and then I'm specifying the configuration file that I have under the config file folder, and then I have the cucumber.js with all the default configurations that I for. And as you can see, I'm just sending the config flag and specifying the path. That's what is going on. All right, I think that's everything that you need to know, and then let's continue with the next part of the video. Right, masters, let's explore the feature and the step definition. Basically, I'm gonna use a simple website, the Swag Labs website with a simple. My idea is to get the correct username and the correct password. Fine, the URL changes with an inventory.html at the end, and everything looks okay. All right, but let's translate that to Gherkin using this login.feature. So we have a feature, login. This is a small description of this. And then we only have one scenario. My idea is to add more scenarios in the future, but right now we only have a success. I have 3 keywords here, as you can see: given, when, and then. So given a web browser is at the Sauce Lab login page. So when browser is over here, when a user enters the username standard user, which is the correct, and the password secret sauce, which is the correct one as well. And then the user clicks on the login button. Then the URL will contain the inventory subdirectory, as I told. URL becomes saucedemo.com to saucedemo.com/inventory. All right, once that we understand the feature, let's translate that to step. So we have a couple of imports here. All right, configure. I'm sorry to do this automatically, but now it is okay. So here we have the import given, when, then from Cucumber. Those are the keywords that we need for this example. Then I'm importing some stuff from Playwright test. I need the page, browser, also Chromium for this example, and the expect library to make sure that the assertions can be done. So then I have a couple of variables, a browser and a page one. And as you can see, then I have the definition of every single step that I have in this feature. The first one is given a web browser is at the Sauce Lab login page. I'm gonna copy this and I'm gonna paste it over here. And as you can see, this is the line 12 step. Notice something, it is using a sync, right? And the reason of why it is using it, and Cucumber can understand it, is because under the config cucumber.js, I have the format option, snippet interface, async. Okay, that's so basically here I'm creating a new browser, a new Chromium browser. I'm creating a new page using this Chromium browser, and then I'm just going to visiting the page saucedemo.com. That's the very first step. Then masters, in the when, you can see the second step is a user enters the username standard user and this password secret sauce. Those values, standard user and password secret sauce, are using quotes, and the reason of why is that it's because I'll be using as parameters. So basically, as a step definition, I'm just calling in a string under curly brackets or between curly brackets, just to make sure and reference. Then the values are coming from. So once we have this information, I'll be able to fill or type the username. I'll type the password, and then I'll be clicking on the login button. So it is gonna work. Then masters, I have the then. Basically, once we have logged successfully, the URL will contain the inventory subdirectory. As you can see, I'm just making an assertion, expecting that the page have the correct URL and it has inventory.html. And at the end, I'm using await browser.close to make sure that the browser is finished. Okay, as you can see, it's pretty simple, it's pretty straightforward. Of course, there are a lot of opportunities to improve this. Of course, this information is sensitive. You should not handle username and password. Simple strings like this is just awesome, masters. Now let's execute this. All right, I'll be coming here to the terminal and I'll be using this command, npm run cucumber. I'll be clicking on enter, and as you're gonna see, it is gonna execute it in a few seconds. You didn't see anything. The reason of why you didn't see anything, it is executing this by default in head. You can use this line, headless double dots false under the launch parenthesis here, and you can save this and you're gonna be able to execute this in headed mode. It's gonna happen so quick you didn't see anything, but at least you can execute it. Of course, you can slow down the execution time using Playwright and its options, but in this case you can see the okay. Now that we have done this, the execution is working correctly. We have a couple of reports, as we told you before. Here we have the JSON report and the HTML report. Basically, it is under the reports folder over here. And as you can see here, we have the JSON, if you want to take a look about that. Also, here we have the HTML. If I reveal it in Finder, I can access it and show you that there was one feature and one particular working fine. Here is the execution time, duration, where you executed, the node version, and the cucumber. Okay, awesome. Also, masters, I want to show you that under the project I have a GitHub workflow YAML. Basically, it is gonna I based this command, or I just made a small change to the base YAML file that Playwright provides. And basically, as you can see, this is Playwright test YAML file, a GitHub action. It is going to happen on every single push or pull request. And as you can see, I only have one job, the test. Okay, it is going to run on Ubuntu latest. Basically, we're going to install the dependencies, we're going to install the browsers, and then I'm going to run the same command that I just run locally, right? The npm run cucumber. And that's basically what is going to happen when you push or you make a pull request. It is going to trigger automatically a new GitHub action in your repository. And as you can see, here is the test job, and basically it installed the dependencies, installed the browser, the result. Okay, you can see it's pretty basic project. It is just a starter project, but hopefully in the future, if you support this video, you hit the like button, you subscribe, and you leave a good comment in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to try to create more content for you. So masters, I appreciate your time. Let me know your feedback in the comment section and hope to see you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.